A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hello there. Welcome to another edition of Flight and Dice, y'all. This episode is going to be focused on Goz and Wynne for a bit. I want to give everybody kind of a heads up. This show generally is to celebrate Star Wars: The High Republic. We love this era of Star Wars, mostly in book and comic book form, and audio drama form for right now. But many of you have not read any of the books, comic books, etc., and that's cool. We hope that this show inspires you all to get into the stories. I happen to think they're some of the best Star Wars out there. But to kind of put some context in some of the jokes we're going to be making in this particular episode, there's a book called Into the Dark. It is a great book. I highly recommend it. It's a young adult book, I believe, and it's kind of one of my favorites. We make a lot of inside jokes to that book. Now, there's no spoilers, not really, but if you haven't read the book before, just be warned that we do make some very silly references to the book and what happens in the story. So apologies ahead of time if it seems kind of weird, but hopefully it will inspire you to read the book if you haven't done so already. If you have read that book, enjoy the hilarious references that Hope and Charles make throughout this episode. And with that, let's get to what happens to them. You get closer and closer to the Amaxine Station, and Goz, mostly for for your sake, the in person, at least through the glass of the cockpit, the Amaxine Station is far more impressive than some hologram. The crystalline orb, which is the center part of this large, massive floating station, contains within it what looks like some kind of atrium with green and brown and many colors like dotted within. It's not perfectly see-through, so you can't quite see fully inside of it, but it's interesting. You've never ever seen anything like this. There are two metal rings above and two metal rings below that make up the more mechanical parts of the station. But when what Leox neglected to mention to you was that there are dozens and dozens of transport ships and smaller ships docked all around the center orb of the station.
Wow, it's so green. Looks like
wow, it's so full of ships. Okay.
Well, that just makes it easier for us to slide in.
Whispers ship, and also okay. 1 and 2. Okay, the person that gave us Chuck. Let's do some more sneaking. This'll be fine.
I'm actually really good at sneaking.
You're not the one sneaking.
I can be sneaking.
The ship is sneaking.
Well, we just have to make it seem reasonable.
Let's just... Does the one in 2000, assuming it as a bounty hunter ship, it has capabilities to do some basic masking? Obviously, it doesn't have a cloaking system.
Correct. It does not have a cloaking system or anything like that. You can jam short range communications. But your best bet is to get the ship into a certain trajectory and deactivate all the systems on it.
Does Wynne instinctively know this?
Yes, and it's also
Did
particularly...
Chris really like a recent episode of The Bad Batch?
This was planned far in advance.
Okay.
This also happened in...
Star Wars Resistance that you haven't seen yet?
Force Awakens? No,
Star Wars Resistance,
not Force Unleashed. which is Charles's favorite game.
Yeah, I love that game
If I'm
so
remembering,
much.
it happened in a Star Wars game that I played.
That they turned the ship off
And floated in.
to coast it in somewhere. It's gonna come to me the second we stop recording.
Listeners, I want you all to know that I don't care.
Fall
I'm
in order.
happy to replicate the
Fall
emulate
in
the
order.
Bad Batch any time of the week.
I'm kidding.
No,
any
they
day, any
can.
moment.
No, they didn't. I'm not gonna say how they cloaked the ship in Fallen Order, but they cloaked the ship in. We don't have time for that.
Thanks.
So Wynne leans over and goes, "Okay."
It looks like
There's
Alderaan.
good news. And there's bad news.
It looks like Alderaan. Oh fuck! It looks like Alderaan. Focus. Sorry. What?
The good news is we can make an approach.
Oh god.
The bad news
Yeah.
is that we are going to have to make the approach at, let's call it limited power.
Why?
Because in order to remain undetected, I am going to have to turn off basically everything on the ship except life support and coast us in.
All right. What can I do?
Sit there, and if I tell you to push a button, push the button, because presumably it's a life support thing, and we don't want to die.
Where is this one the life support? She just points to it. This one right here.
Is the button she's pointing to?
Sure.
You know what? Whoop.
I'm asking in case it comes up.
The life support is a complex system. Yes, if you hit that button, it may prevent the life support from shutting down immediately.
Got it. I also.
So Wynne is going to.
I know how to fly. You want me to fly?
Wynne's response to that is to just start toggling switches off.
Okay. Can you make a technology roll?
Technology.
Do we need to shut down Gonk?
That is a
Gonk?
5.
5. Okay. You start turning off different systems. An alarm goes off, and Goz, can you make a perception roll?
Yes, I can. Let me find perception. This has been my.
Okay,
That's a 12.
It seems that the ship configuration Wynne is not what you're used to, and you shut off the systems in the wrong order. There is a sudden short circuit on the panel right next to Goz, and it sparks up a little bit. The button you're supposed to press flickers.
She smacks the button just ah! I did it.
I'm putting that dice that if you listened to, I just listened to the episode yesterday or the day before where I put a dice in dice jail. I was using that same dice, and now that dice is back.
That dice is going
jail.
back to dice jail. Okay.
That dice is going to go back to dice jail for a little bit longer and think about what it did.
But most of the systems on the ship are shut off.
Do we need to shut off Gonk?
Wynne slowly turns to look at Gonk.
Gonk?
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Okay.
We may need him to do sudden power. No, actually.
We're kind of getting closer to the ship. Let's make faster choices.
Wynne turns around and leans over and says, "Sorry, it'll be just for a minute." It reaches over and flips Gonk off.
Sorry, buddy. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Okay, let's get us in.
He kind of hunches over a little bit when he's turned off.
She's just rubbing Gonk's side. It's like, you're a good Gonk.
All right, Wynne, make a pilot check at disadvantage because the ship is turned off.
Is there anything can I help with like co-piloting at all?
14.
I would say yes, but
Never
mind. So you very quietly and slowly move the ship and park it successfully in the lower docks.
Hey,
Is it up against the same airlock that they use at the end of the book, or a similar airlock?
It's a similar airlock, yeah.
It's a similar airlock. Okay.
The airlock latches onto the side of the ship, and you think it would be safe to turn the ship back on.
Wynne does that, and then also turns Gonk back on.
Gonk?
All right, let's
Good
get
job.
some medicinals.
One thing. Let's make sure we're on the same page. In case we're
Got it.
caught, what is our story?
We have been drifting in sublight for a while since the hyperspace disaster, and ended up here.
What if Leox recognizes us? Or you?
He definitely recognizes me already.
I know, but like if like somebody else is just like, oh, are you two friends? You have to think of all the angles here.
I trust Leox and Geode to help me bluff my way out of that one.
Oh, honey, let me do the talking.
I'm gonna let you do the
Okay.
talking if that happens.
Okay. And what are we like? Are we buying? Are we pretending to be buying guild?
We'll play that one by ear. We would need Leox to vouch for us if that were the case.
I could
Especially
be
since, remember, Affy Hollow's there.
Oh fuck! I'm not ready
Yeah.
for that. She kind of looks like she's thinking for a second. I might use my Lena name. Let's see. I don't know yet.
Let's see where this goes, and Wynne heads back out of the cockpits towards the main room and the bulkhead of the ship.
Gotta stop long
It'll be an
enough.
adventure!
Yeah, gotta stop long enough to throw their dishes in the sink to wash later. Though you should actually do the dishes because I cooked. Just
That seems reasonable, and
Okay.
a good breakdown of the skills and labor amongst all parties for equal benefit.
oh my god, can you tell that to Corio? I don't think he's even looked at the chore chart once.
Coriel has some interesting religious ideas, and I don't want to broach politics with him yet.
It's a chore chart.
It's a deeper systematic issue.
Get off the ship.
And Wynne opens
Just
the
pushing-
door.
Just pushing Wynne out the door.
You open the side doors on the one end, and it opens up into an airlock hallway. It's very quiet. The sides of the airlock hallway are smooth and silvery and curve.
Her little antenna just kind of naturally just kind of go up, like kind of sensing them, because I often forget Goz has antenna until right now.
Wynne is with the short range comm. Presumably, Leox, I don't think in the conversation gave them a way to speak to each other.
Well, you know you can call him.
Okay, so Wynne is gonna ping his comm. Leox's comm unit.
Leox answers, "You know, man, in my spice haze, I kind of knew you were gonna call me. Isn't that weird?"
That's so funny. Super a thing that you could just... It's the mysteries of the universe. What can I say? Other than...
We're
have you checked
here!
have you checked the airlocks recently? Because you should do that. You might find something interesting. By something, I mean someone.
Oh, you talking about the drugs? I'm supposed to... I mean...
Yes, I'm talking...
Yeah. Well, listen, things got kind of tense up here, so I asked Geo to move the crates down where you are. But, something kind of came up then.
Something...
Goz was like walking off towards the door, and then she kind of drifts back.
Something came up?
Can one of you make a D6 roll, please?
A D6 roll, okay. Like just a normal dice?
That's a normal dice.
Oh, my Dragon Con dice that I got this year. That's definitely a 5.
Yeah, so a bunch of the people around here are a little on edge, and a couple people were trying to take over the situation, and the Jedi didn't like that. One of them went full Wizard Messiah on their ass.
My favorite moment of the book!
Wizard, when you say Wizard Messiah, do you mean like floating down from the sky?
Well, more like
Wizard?
floated up, but yes.
They can fly?
They can fly.
They can fly?
They can't shoot lasers out of their eyes, though. Learned that recently.
But they can fly? Can Lysander fly?
Who?
You know what? We're just gonna.
I have so much.
Are
to
the
ask
crates?
Oriel.
Are the crates still at the end of the airlock?
Not quite. You're gonna have to wander a little bit further into the space station, but they're on your level. I can tell you that.
Great.
We can wander. Come on.
We can wander.
I think one of the Jedi may be down there too.
Well, all right. That's fine.
Great.
We can.
That's
Yeah, and I would do everything everything you can to avoid them finding you. If they find you, they're not going to let you leave the station.
Oh, okay. We will avoid being found as best as possible. Can you give us a description of this Jedi?
Yeah, she was really awesome. She had like this like cool like white skin, like black silver hair, and I kind of wanted to touch it, but she's also
Double-bladed white lightsaber?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Seems like the type of person to jump out of a moving ship.
Which, by the way, I didn't know they could come like white-colored.
Apparently they can. You know...
I'm sorry, Chris. That's me. Go on.
We're just gonna to go do the thing. And to the quick matter, assuming that our little helping fee is with the crates that we need to move,
There's no fee.
What?
there's no fee.
No.
No fee. There's no fee apparently.
No fee. There's an affy, but a no fee.
Well, we left something extra for you in one of the crates, but it's not that kind of extra. I kept that for myself.
Okay. We're gonna thank you for letting me know. Please do everything you can. We're gonna go get the crates as quickly as possible and get out of here.
All right. You all be cool.
And he actually holds up the peace sign.
I love Leox Gyasi.
Wynne just kind of awkwardly holds up what looks like a peace sign, but they're using two fingers, and it looks really weird and unnatural, like it doesn't belong in this universe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna print screen
But
this.
you get the sense that it is a wish for longevity and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And after a moment, they lower their hand. Thank you, Leox. We'll take care of this.
And Gosh just kind of like squeezes in there, like next to him, and be like, "Bye."
Yeah,
He
so
seems nice.
he ends the transmission.
Okay.
Alright,
Gonk,
Gonk?
we're gonna need you to be on your extra best
Quiet.
gonk and also quiet. Because
Should we locate the boxes first and then get Gonk, so we're not like wandering around?
this seems good and wise. Gonk, we're gonna locate the boxes. And when we call you, we need you to come quickly and quietly. We're gonna try to transport as many of them as possible in one go.
Though it sounded like everything was getting kind of riled up there, right?
It seems to have been dealt with. We might want to make quickly before it gets too dealt with.
Just in case. She then gives Gonk Grime.
Gonk.
And with that, Wynne heads out into the station
She follows.
quickly.
Surprisingly
and
quiet.
quietly.
Okay, well, let's see. Both of you make stealth rolls. Gonk is also going to make a stealth roll.
This is my expertise.
Holy shit. Gonk rolls a natural 20.
That is also a 5.
Okay.
I can't count. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. 24.
Okay. Yeah, so when you kind of know your way around... Oh, I should have done that first, actually. Wynne, can you make a survival roll to remember where to go?
Survival. That's an 11.
Don't put us in the plant place. Jaws might climb a tree and be like, plants.
Okay, can you make another d6 roll, please?
Another d6 roll. 6.
I don't know.
Yeah.
D6 from my silver set is rolling high, and all my d20s tonight are rolling low. This is what's happening right now.
That's why.
Yeah, so when you start going down this network of tunnels, and it's very dark, and you're kind of wondering why the lights haven't been turning on as you're walking through here.
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Goz, can you make a perception roll at disadvantage?
A disadvantage? Okay, where's mine?
It's 2d20, and you're going to take the lowest number.
Yeah, no, I was just looking for my perception. That's a 10.
Most of the light is being produced by the buttons and switches on Gonk's face. And Goz, you see something on the wall that sparks your curiosity. You see a lot of strange symbols, geometric shapes kind of carved into the wall a little bit. And one of the symbols you recognize to be the Bind Guild, because you've been seeing that a lot recently. And another is a symbol of Ritello.
She kind of leans in and she takes out her comm, like how you would light something with a phone screen. Just holds it up. Huh.
Can Wynne see this?
Yeah. When God's shining on the wall, yeah, you noticed.
What are these?
Do I need to roll, or based
No.
on backstory, do I
No.
just know what these are?
You know what these are, yeah.
And I presumably I can read them as well.
Yeah.
Wynne kind of sidles up a little closer and looks up. Pilot code. We would leave them here. Their warnings, their messages, even just our ship passed here. They're things that the guild doesn't know about, but pilots and other crew members, with ship owners and things, would pass information through these codes left behind on this station. Remember, it's a waypoint that's not really guild sanctioned.
What does this Ritello one mean?
Apparently Ritello is moving indentured servants through here as well.
Wynne leans over and reads it and frowns. Apparently, some of those indentured servant shipments that you mentioned earlier have passed through these particular routes, on which this station is a waypoint. This may be a warning to other captains or other crew members, either a warning or some sort of advertisement that that's a thing that's happened.
She looks very angry at that, and she just looks right at Wynne. How do you add to this? Like a marker or a knife, or are these carved? And she's just kind of touching the wall.
I'm struggling to remember Into the Dark. I think they're carved.
They're carved, yeah.
They're carved. Knife.
Do you have a knife?
But like it has to be like a vibroblade or something, not a simple knife.
I don't have a vibroblade necessary to do that. I just have the blaster, and we don't want to use that.
You hear a voice from the darkness say, "Perhaps you can use something like this," and a white lightsaber activates in the darkness.
Hey!
You know,
Hi,
I think we
Orla!
could.
Hi! Oh my god, you're alive!
Orla Giretti stands before the two of you with her head cocked, and she looks so confused right now. She says,
Is this a serendipitous moment in the Force that we just happened to be here with you? Wow!
"Well, we'll see about that. What are you doing here? This has been quite the day."
Oh, girl, don't you know? That's kind of why we're here. We got kicked out of hyperspace, and we've been drifting in sublight for a while now when we started picking up readings around here. So we're just happy that there's people alive.
Yay for being alive!
Yeah, we're alive. Hey, she holds out a fist to Wynne, like, we're alive.
Why
Wynne bumps the fist.
Phew.
did you attempt to contact any of the ships on the main docks? Where is
Our
your ship?
communications got a little bit fried in the thing, so we kind of... Well, we weren't able to, but we're in the process of fixing it. We were hoping to find some, like, supplies out here.
Goz, can you make a deception roll?
Deception? Yes, I can. No, where's my good dice? Hey, 18 plus 4, whatever that is.
That's actually a really good roll. Unfortunately for you, Orla is a Jedi. She shakes her head and she just says, "Do you think I was born yesterday?"
Absolutely, you're too beautiful for that. Absolutely not. She meant to say not. Absolutely not.
Behind Goz, Wynne just starts massaging, you guessed it, their large Duras forehead.
How are you?
You're not telling me the truth, and I want to know it.
How are you? How are you doing?
I've been better.
I know. Tell me about that.
You're going to be the one answering my questions.
Do you need some... Is there anybody hurt on the ship? We do have some medical supplies on our ship. We have some first aid kits. If there's anybody here hurt, we'd be more than happy to help.
Where's the rest of your crew?
We did get a little bit separated because we were doing different things. And then
Is everyone okay?
We're not sure. she actually says,
left
very honestly
them,
looking at Wynne.
When we left them, they were alive. We were pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then why did you come here?
Like I said, we got kicked out of hyperspace and have been drifting at sublight.
And technically all of the words are true, Chris.
Well, the Republic hasn't given us very much information, but the Chancellor has asked that all ships remain out of hyperspace, and in fact, reduce space travel as much as possible.
Well, we kind of couldn't help it. We were sort of just drifting along. You know how, like, a vacuum works? Like, once something's going, it's kind of hard to stop it. So we just
you may remain here until the Chancellor gives the clear.
Thank you, Orla.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Definitely good.
Is there anywhere we could help with anything? Or, if you want, she says, looking at Wynne, I could help Orla with our friends while you continue the repairs on our ship of why we're here.
Yes, that is an excellent idea. I could definitely repair the ship, and specifically the communication system.
I don't think I want either one of you out of my sights right now.
Okay. Well, we'd be happy
that
to help.
includes you. She points at Gunk. Gunk kind of like moves back a little bit.
Gunk is the most
Is
trustworthy
respectable member
on
of
the squawk.
brains of the crew.
Truly the heart and soul of this
dressed
expedition.
too. Have you seen Wynne's wardrobe?
Hey, brown is a perfectly functional color.
You have your eyes. You need to wear more red, man.
We cannot afford that.
I can afford that.
We keep doing good things, and it keeps making us bankrupt.
First of all, we have an entire thing of like Whisper's Closet that's full of things that I can easily sell to make us a quick bet. Second of all,
Whisper's Closet?
Yeah, our friend.
Our friend Whisper.
Yeah, it's a nickname. Her name is actually Esperanza Steven.
Don't worry about it.
Can you make another deception roll?
It's a crit one. Plus, I think 4. What is my one? Yeah, it was a natural 1 plus.
Lying.
Orla takes a deep breath and just says, "I am sorry that I have to do this, but you're hiding too much from me." She holds her hands up and waves it and just says, "You will tell me the truth, and I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws." Meanwhile, on the Gaze Electric, Marcion Rose stands ominously over Mari Senteka, his tall, imposing figure casting a long shadow across her frail form. Though Mari Senteka is human, she stays alive through a combination of advanced medical technology, being forced to live inside of a chamber that keeps her alive for as long as possible. Marcion views her as a valuable asset and technically the only family he has left. Her unique abilities to navigate hyperspace routes are unparalleled, making her important, nay, indispensable to the eye of the Nihil. Rose's thoughts are laced with a cold pragmatism. He knows that she's useful, but one day she will outlive her purpose. Will that time come soon? With Mari, he obtains the paths from her. No one other than Ro knows this, of course, and if the rest of the Nihil were to find out, Ro's days would be numbered. Marcion looks to one of the nearby display screens and notes that he is only a few hours away from Lysatra. What will he find when he gets there? But that isn't necessarily the only thing on his mind. Typically, when he asks Mari to chart a particular course, she protests and resists. Mari preferred traveling all across the galaxy, finding new paths and new discoveries. But this time, Mari was more than cooperative. Why? It doesn't feel right, Marcion thinks. In a few hours, he will learn the truth. Hopefully, the whole reason why Lorna D and Kosif are competing over a ship? What could be so special about it? Marcion Ro will soon find out. Well, everybody, that is this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening to another edition of For Light and Dice. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our podcast, leave a review, tell your friends about us. We would love to have more listeners join us on this amazing journey. Also, if you want to hang out with us in our Discord, we do have one. Look for our social media account on X, Twitter, whatever the hell it's called, under the @ForLightAndDice handle. We have links on our profile, and you can access our Discord through there. The music that's used throughout this show is composed by Grushkov. They create amazing, wonderful compositions inspired by the High Republic, and they also make a lot of other music that I use heavily for my tabletop role-playing games. You can find their music pretty much anywhere that streams music, including YouTube, Spotify, and you can buy their music outright. Definitely recommend it. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and may the Force be with you.